that was a book I wrote to learn about writing a novel. You know, I wanted to write a novel. I had written a short story called A Liberated Woman, and I knew that it deserved to be a novel. At the same time, I was not very sure of my writing skill at writing a novel. I'd written only short stories. As to come to the end of 3,000 words and stop. I didn't know how to go on. So I thought, let me write this novel, which is Roots and Shadows, which I thought is going to be much easier. In a way, it was easier. It was not very complicated or complex. But it wasn't something which I feel good about today. It is a text in many universities and all, but I was not very. I think I did not know how to use English. I mean, English uh, in the sense that, it's an Indian novel. And I did not have the courage to use Indian words. I think Salman Rushdie really gave Indians that courage, that he just used Indian words left and right. So I gave a glossary for the next novel. And I remember one critic who later became a friend said, why do you need a glossary to say what chapatis are? If they want to know, they'll go and find out. And after that, I think that was the first lesson I learned about how to use, how not to use English words for so many Indian things. After that, I have not bothered. I write the words. There's so many things for which you cannot get the English equivalents. I mean, take a thing like karma, for example. Now, karma everybody knows. Generally, people do not have the right meaning of karma. It's a very complicated meaning, but at least they know that there is a word like karma. Now, there's a word like runa. Runa is a kind of a debt, something you owe. It's something you owe your ancestors or something you owe the next generation. So I remember when we went for my father's immersion of his ashes, that priest was there, told me, don't cry, Runa Tirtho, now it's all over, you've paid it. Your debts to your father, it's over. And I thought that was a wonderful way to explain the whole thing, So that word I used in a novel, and I decided I'm not going to translate it. If somebody is very keen, they can go and find out somewhere. Now, of course, we have Google, so in those days there is no Google. So there was a lot of learning to be done during my first novel, which I think I could only learn by writing that novel.